So our first impressions on this, I'll be honest with you, like as someone who's not well versed in this land and things of that nature, I can tell you if you are just into adventures, like nice, long, epic adventures, this will give you that in pieces. You don't have to take on the whole thing. I felt, we played, for a long time. We were learning and stuff like that. But if you're talking like 90-minute adventure, this is going to be your type of game. And I just had we had a lot of good random moments along the way, and we also had some tension. Yeah. And then we also got our butt kicked. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. I felt okay about it.
I can forgive us.
Yeah, I feel okay taking the L, okay? But
it was still fun.
It was still fun. I think just learning the familiarity of some of the mechanics in there. There's a twist on some Too Many Bones stuff, so you'll have familiarity, but it is not Too Many Bones. But I just felt like, okay, I'm playing a really solid adventure game that didn't take too long to learn. Yeah, and we were up and running, and I felt good. It just felt good.
It was really interesting for me, somebody who both enjoys Elder Scroll games and enjoys chip theory games, to play it because it was such a weird, but weird hybrid of two gaming systems that I really know and love, and actually multiple gaming systems through chip theory. So you could see inspiration from, previous, installments in chip theory's canon. So, you got Hopmachus. There's a lot of Too Many Bones in this game. And they really repurposed some mechanisms that worked in really cool ways in previous games in new ways for Elder Scrolls. Yeah. And it was also very interesting because this game does not play... So when you think of Elder Scrolls, if you've played these games, you're thinking of these really complicated skill trees and, maybe, some encounters that, you could accidentally run to a place that's too difficult for you. Right. This game is designed to level with you. And I think that the right compromises were made in terms of turning a video game with all of its complexities into a board game where you have to change the decision space just because it's not digital. Yeah. And so I think that there was a good approximation of skill trees, choosing skills, how to train skills, without it just being like, I made a skill tree and now you have to play it as a board game. This is a system that I thought made sense for a tabletop experience, but still felt like Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. You used better words than I did on that. Yeah, you did. You used better words. So what she said, plus it's cool. No, but seriously.
I think, had to kill my pet crab.
Yeah, she used a lot. She had a lot of pets and then just used them to get beat on. And here I am being a tanky thief all of a sudden somehow, through some uses of item cards and stuff like that, which was something I didn't expect. These relics were kind of helping me get by. As someone who likes to play this roguish thief type person, and the way it played out was very interesting, which I feel like that's how it is. Like in Skyrim, you want to be this guy. The same thing, like in Elder Scrolls, you want to be a certain thing, but you can also morph yourself along the way. And, that the weight of your choices are in play. And that's why I tell people, if you don't, what I'm telling you is that you don't have to be a person that knows the lore. Right. This is just a fun adventure game, and you get to build yourself along the way. That's really cool stuff.
Yeah, you can really get into this and have your own experience. And I think that the playstyle that we chose, maybe we would have done different things. Yeah, we kind of knew it was ahead.
Yeah, we decided to go not so all in on magic at all.
Yeah, and not enough damage. But honestly, it just made me want to play it again. Yeah, I would actually really like to play this again. And
we learned our lesson. How about that? Though? Yeah. Did we though? We went out.
I don't think we learned our lesson.
We went out like some straight killers, but we didn't really kill anything when it all came down to
it. But we were killing it in terms of aesthetics.
Yeah, we were killing it. Yeah.
I mean, we had a blast.
Yeah, I had a blast. That was the key. The thing is that when I play a board game, I want to make sure, especially because I play a lot of dungeon crawlers and adventure games, it's even when you lose, for example, in a game of Hopmachus or a game of TMB, did you enjoy the journey? And the key is that I enjoyed the journey. Yeah. And even though we got mobbed and destroyed, that felt like the game from what I have played of the game. So I was like, okay, they got it all down. I still enjoy my journey. And that's really what you're, deciding when I'm going to invest in it or not. That's exactly what I want to know. Yeah.
I will also say the game legitimately had really fun items and relics that I was actually excited to use.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we made we had cool items. I was like, oh, these items actually meant something. They saved our hide. As a matter of fact, I saved your hide.
Thank you.
By taking the beatings. I took the beatings, folks.
And
right?
I would also run away like the cowardly thief I am.
Yeah, I mean, she's sitting here plucking arrows. Here I am, a thief, fighting like I have two swords in my hand. Like
you could have done the arrow.
You know, it's like I didn't even have two daggers. I was a one-hand specialist.
You made your
know
choices.
What I'm saying? Yeah, choices were made. Choices were made.
But I really like the items. I also actually liked how experience was handled.
Mm-hmm.
So, different things cost different amounts of experience. It's like a pretty natural kind of video game and board game theme. But I liked that you could store them a little bit between turns. I like that we had a nice little even split of the experience that we earned.
Yes.
And I thought it was intuitive, like what things cost. So I kind of knew, like, if I want a health point, I should do this. Or, I want to expand, like, how many fatigue.
The timing of all that, timing, like how you get experience and how you're going to make these choices. It's like, that's another table discussion. So I also like games, even though I play a lot of solo. When I have my buddy come over and we play, I do love table discussion, and but good, like not the quarterbacking discussion, but it's like, this is a discussion. It's like, hey man, we got X amount of days, we got these types of things we need to do, and like, do we want to level up? Do we want to press on? And those things like that. I was like, this is actually pretty cool how this all played out. Because what I would do is I would probably just not play this more than two players. That's me. But to play with two players and see, like, have our conversation. I mean, I love you, so.
I love you too.
So it's a little bit easier to play,
Even if I did kind of leave you to die in that cave.
Right, you did leave me to die in the cave. I still love her. She's, yeah. How deep was your love? It wasn't so deep when it came down to it, though.
Hey, I delved deeper than you.
So, yeah. So
I mean, I thought it was a really good experience. I would have absolutely loved to play it again.
It's like try different class, try different race, try different class, and see where it's at. And that's actually what makes that game, the video game, cool. Just the sheer combinations of things. And they found a way to replicate that really well in this game state. And if you play chip theory games, you know what it's like. Different factions, different types of characters and character development. Just picture that with a lot more of an open mind. And I think that's the key here is, you got to have a little bit more of an open mind, even though you may see some things that are familiar. It's definitely, this game sets itself apart, and you don't have to know everything to enjoy it.
Yeah. This could be your first chip theory experience, I think, and it would be a good experience, and you wouldn't feel like you were missing out on anything.
Yeah.
I'm also just really excited about seeing like what else there's going to be.
Yeah.
So the demo was a nice taste, but I want more. I'm hungry. I'm really excited about looking at different guilds that you can play, regions you can go to. There was not a Khajiit in the demo, and I'm still salty about it because it's what I wanted. If I can't be a cat person, I guess I could be a lizard person, but it's not as good.
That's interesting though. We didn't get a chance to go through all the faction stuff. So of course that's more to unlock. They talked about how many quests were going to be in there. I'm not going to share all that, but like the whole potential of that. And that's exactly what I want. I think that's exactly what people want when they decide to back a game. Like, how much content is there? And how much randomness is there? Like, people want to know that type of stuff. And all I can tell you is from the details they shared, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot. They have a lot of plans. They're very ambitious as always. And, we have enough proof to show that they've proven themselves that they can pull this stuff off. And I'm just like, damn, man, like this is going big. And I feel confident. That's the best thing. I feel confident even before, a campaign starts, which is a really good sign. Yeah. It's a really good sign.
Yeah, I came here with faith that I would be pleased, and I'm just really
right. I mean, come on.
So I wouldn't say I'm surprised that things turned out well, but I am happy that they turned out well.
I'm not surprised. I'm happy that they did. Yeah.
I will also say, so for those of you who have tried out Too Many Bones and thought that it was too complex or that you just didn't want to learn a bunch of different gearlocks, I would say that this game pulls out some of the fun or best parts of Too Many Bones and distills it in a different way where you have a little bit more choice over how you spec out your character. You don't have to learn strategies of playing a character. You just get to be yourself, kind of choose what you want to do next. I actually think I think it's going to be a more accessible game that brings out what was good about TMB without some of the complexities I think that have turned people off.
Yeah, once again, you're better with the words right now. I think I'm a little tired, but I will say that's the thing. If you see this familiar and you go, that might be too much, I think this game is very accessible compared to the other games that they have, just because it's not like, hey, I need to know this warrior and all these super warrior dice and all this stuff. Like, that's not there. It's actually like you are developing who you are, and you need to know the general principles of how to develop a character. Yeah. There's a sheet that explains everything really well, and of course, those changes and those icons will be consistent. Don't worry about that. That's work, right? But I just found myself way more into it very quickly because I understood everything. They didn't have to run down a sheet of all these different things that were going on. It's like, hey, these are going to be the dice you chuck because you decided to develop plus one more. Like, okay, cool. Yeah. I felt like I made this character that was not good at delving into dungeons when it really counted, but
hey,
I loved it.
It
was my journey. I respected my own journey. I had to say, hey, that was my choices, Jeremy. That was your choices. So that's what was fun.
I can live with our choices. But that was actually a way quicker game intro than I expected it to be.
Yes.
So we got up and running much faster than I thought we would. Yeah. Based on kind of previous, okay, here's the turn structure. It can be really complicated. I felt like this was actually pretty smooth.
Yeah, this is really smooth.
Quick run. And we took a while in here because we were learning and we played a whole quest and all that. But I looked at the watch and I couldn't even believe how much time had gone by because I'd been having a good time the whole time. So.
We had a good time. That's whatever, man. It's hard. It's easy to be in love with the luster of chip theory, but thankfully once again I know that they have a nice solid base to what they're doing, and it can only get better. And we've learned that from consistency over time. So if you're looking for some more chip theory stuff, definitely take a look at this one. I have confidence in it. I feel safe at saying that, hey, definitely check this out. As someone who's probably going to back this game, I think I'm going to back the game. But I think, of course, definitely consider taking this a look, giving this a look, because it is another solid game based on what we played today.
And also, if you're looking for some new chip theory stuff, I think this is a perfectly good starting point. And you should not be worried about not having experience with other games of theirs. I think this is a perfectly accessible, game to either just get because it's the one you want because you like Elder Scrolls, or maybe an entree into other games that I think are great.
You're so better with words today. Yeah, there you go. She's better. What she said versus what I just said. That.
My snake oil is made with real snakes.
Oh my God.